Hello everybody and welcome to yet another update for my hashtag 365 days of samples. This is going to be a very quick one because I didn't finish a lot of products over the last week. It was just a slow week for me. So anyway, let's start with the products that I would not purchase the full size of. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time with these guys because I just talked about them in my last update. It's the three products from Juice Beauty, the cleanser, the moisturizer, and the serum. So these three did not work for me. Not bad products. I didn't have any adverse reactions. They just did not seem to benefit me in any way. The cleanser does not entirely cleanse my face. I have to use something else on top of it. The serum is just completely lackluster, and the moisturizer honestly leaves me feeling like my skin needs more hydration. So not for me. I've used the Shiseido Benefiance Wrinkle Resist 24 eye cream before. I did like it better this time around. However, you have to use it very sparingly or else it will ball up underneath the eye and just sort of rub away. So it's kind of useless for me in that way because just a tiny little bit of eye cream doesn't really cover the entire eye area that I need. And when I use just a little bit more, it just sort of balls up, and it's just pointless because then it's not on my eyes anymore. So when I did use that little tiny bit, it was okay, and a couple of times I mixed it with another eye cream I had. So I would use this part more on the inner portion under the eye, and then I would use another eye cream on the outer portion, and that was fine as long as I just didn't use too much of this. So it just wasn't mixing very well with my skin, I guess, which is why I would pass on it. I do need to find a good eye cream though, so if you guys do have any recommendations, anything that I could maybe get a sample of, let me know. The Givenchy perfume. Honestly, Givenchy, you are such an expensive brand. You have the money to put your perfume samples in something other than a foil, because this is just terrible. Now the perfume itself smelled very nice, very light and floral, and the description of it says that it's sparkling and juicy, and it says that it's for someone whose motto would be join my happiness, which is very accurate for this. You can just really smell the sweetness in it. It smelled a little bit like raspberries to me, some sort of like a floral raspberry mixture. Very nice. I did like it. However, it smelled better on its own than it did mixed with my own body chemistry, because when it mixed with me, it just almost smelled a little sour. Like it just didn't work very well together, which is a shame because on its own it smelled very nice and very pleasant, and it just makes you very happy. It's a very happy fragrance. So that was good about it, but the packaging of these samples sucks so bad. And the last product that I would not purchase the full size of is this Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask. So this is one of those things that it's okay. It's nice and relaxing, but as far as benefits to my skin go, I didn't really see any. It just was a good relaxing treatment mask, and that was it. It was good for the relaxation and not for what it's supposed to do for your skin. So besides being refreshing and cooling like it says, it's supposed to be moisturizing and calming and help smooth dry, irritated skin, and I didn't really notice any of those extra benefits. And for something like this that's so expensive, as I mentioned before with other face masks, unless it's really like skin changing, you can get pretty cheap masks that, as long as you're not sensitive to the ingredients, can give you that whole spa day, pamper, treat yourself sort of feeling. If you're into face masks and that kind of stuff, you'll know what I mean, and you don't need to spend a fortune to get something to get that feeling. If that's just what you're after, if you're not so concerned about what it's going to do to your face and you just want to go through the whole motion of it. So that's why I would pass on this, because it's just too expensive for what it does. If this product was like $5, $10, I'd probably buy it, but it's like 50, so no. So for products that I would purchase the full size of, I only have 2 this week because, like I said, I was just really lax for some reason. I've been using some of the products very sparingly, and where I did have some minor skin issues that I talked about in my last update, I had to use some of my like tried and true skincare items and products just to get my skin back on track, and I'm happy to say that it is kind of working better than it has been in a while, so that's good. I have this sampler from Bare Minerals. It is the Bare Pro, and it's a performance wear powder foundation. So I actually used as much as I could out of all 5 of these shades. The lightest shade, Aspen, I used all over my face, and I really, really liked it. I managed to get complete coverage from that card, and my skin looked really good. And it was one of those things where I was kind of surprised, and I was like, is it just my imagination that it looks so good? So I started using the other shades just to kind of test them out. I used them in my crease as like eyeshadow. I started using them as kind of like bronzer to warm up my skin a little bit, just to kind of see what the formula of it was like more and to get a little bit more use out of it. And I really liked it. I thought it was a really great formula. I thought it was really good coverage, like with that light shade Aspen. Like, I really liked the way that it looked. So the description of it is pretty accurate. It says it's buildable and breathable and it has a long wearing coverage. It says that there's vitamins and minerals infused into it. It's got a super smooth texture. It's got high impact skin matching pigments, and it's got a, you know, true color. It says that there's no oil, parabens, fragrance, or synthetic dyes. And like, I had no issues with it at all. It was a very, very nice powder, and I am really interested in this. I don't often use powder foundations. In fact, I really only have one that I'm panning, and that's from MAC. But I think part of my issue with that MAC one is that it's a few years old and it's too dark for me, because I really pushed for a darker shade at the time, and I really should have just embraced the pale and gone with the lighter shade. So I would definitely buy this. I am honestly putting this on my wish list, and I think once I finish the MAC powder foundation, so I have no more powder foundations anymore, I will get that one, because I think it's good to have alternatives. And then when I really want super high coverage, I can mix the liquid foundation and the powder foundation together. So I definitely think I will be buying this. And the last product I used up for the week is from Shu Uemura, and this is the Youthful Vita Glow Activator. And it's sort of like a serum, and it's so good that I want it so badly, because it really does make your skin glowing. I've been using a couple other glow products, another one from Shu Uemura and one from Burberry that I like mix with foundation and stuff. And I don't use it every day. That's why it's taking so long to get through some of those products, and I just use a little tiny amount. But this stuff, like, as soon as you put it on, even if I'm having like a really bad sort of dry skin day, I put this on and my skin looks luminous. Just my bare skin on its own just looks so luminous, and it's full of life, and it's glowing, and it's so good. It's constantly in my mind, and then I just want to buy it because of how good it made my skin look and feel. Okay, so samples. I'm not gonna pick that many this week because I do still have so many, so I'm gonna pick 5. I think that should do me for now, because I can't keep having more things than I can use. I need to be smart about the samples. So I've got 4 and 5. All right, so the first thing I have here is a foundation sample from Kat Von D. This is the Lock It Tattoo Foundation in the shade Light 48, which is a bit too dark for me, but I'm going to try this again. The last time I used this foundation, I really did not like it. The last time I tried a couple of samples of it, so I'll give it another shot. I have another foil perfume sample from Givenchy. This is the Very Irresistible Eau de Toilette. I have a moisturizer from Belif. It is called the True Cream. It's a moisturizing balm. I have a little hair mask from Beauty Protector. It's a protect and treat treatment mask. And the last thing I have here is a mascara, and it is the Ginormous Lash Volumizing Mascara from Hard Candy, and it is in the shade Carbon Black. So that is everything for my update this week. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean so much, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'm not going to spend very long with these guys. I'll just wear it. I have this sampler from Make Popular.